Please be seated. Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to welcome all of you to our first annual Academic Honors Convocation. And on behalf of the faculty and staff of Northeastern University, I wish to extend congratulations to all of you that are being honored here today. You will find the descriptions of all of the awards that are being presented in your program. Those individuals that we're honoring today will be joining other distinguished members of our community, and a list of those scholars are also included in your program. Note that in a few instances, in addition to recognizing those receiving university honors today, we'll also acknowledge some individuals who have received some prestigious national awards. It's now my pleasure to introduce the president of Northeastern University, Joseph Aoun.
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon. Let me recognize the trustees who are present. We are going to recognize them as a group, and I'm going to ask all the trustees, whether they are robed or not robed, to stand and be recognized. Please do. Yes, all the trustees. Let me also recognize the members of the senior team. Also, we're going to recognize them as a group. Please stand and be recognized. And finally, let me also recognize my colleagues, the deans. Please stand and be recognized, and the vice provosts. Thank you. We are here today to honor the achievements of our faculty colleagues, our staff, and our students. As Provost Director mentioned, the Academic Honor Convocation is the first convocation of what will be an annual event at Northeastern. We have initiated this event because it is clear that as a community we have much to celebrate. Together, we have worked to take our university to new heights. We have endeavored to animate a vision of engagement in the world and to use our knowledge and talents as forces for positive change, both in our local communities, in our nation, and in our global society. This gathering today shows how much we have succeeded. Every member of our campus has contributed to this success in his or her own distinctive way. We applaud all of these contributions today, as we also call attention to those whose actions and scholarship have earned special recognition, both internally and externally. Honorees, you impress us with the significance of your accomplishments. You inspire us with the intellect, the tenacity, the creativity, the commitment, and the character that have brought you to this moment. Through your path-breaking research, you faculty colleagues are solving the intractable problems of our age, forging new approaches that advance the fields of human endeavor, and giving help and comfort to those in need. Through your outstanding teaching, you are inspiring young minds, emboldening the intellectual curiosity of our students, and nurturing the next generation of leaders. Through your dedicated staff work, you are infusing our campus with your entrepreneurial spirit ensuring our community is supported, and demonstrating your abiding commitment to our university. And students, through your outstanding scholarship and commitment, you truly amaze us. You remind us that no matter how far we think we have come, you will go much further. Together, you represent a powerful force, transformative research, exceptional teaching and mentoring, passionate scholarship, and selfless service. In a word, you represent momentum, the momentum that has come to define our community, both within our campus and throughout the world. Today, we not only honor you, but also we thank you for being leaders in every respect and for being emblems of a unique and vibrant intellectual community with a global impact. We thank you for embracing our university's mission and elevating it to its highest aspirations. We thank you for inspiring us and making a difference to our communities and our world. Most of all, we thank you for your relentless commitment to uncompromising excellence.
Matthew Cournoyer has been awarded the prestigious Truman Scholarship by the Harry S. Truman Foundation. This award is presented to only 60 recipients each year nationally. Matt, a political science major in the class of 2012, was selected as a result of his passion for public service globally and locally. His commitment is exemplified by his leadership in Northeastern's Model United Nations and Model Arab League programs, and in his co-op with the Rhode Island Emergency Management Agency, where he helped develop a new disaster planning initiative. I would like to ask Matt to stand and be recognized.
Each year, the Goldwater Scholarship Committee names 300 Barry M. Goldwater Scholars. This year, Jose Orozco, a 2013 student in the College of Science with a major in biochemistry and a minor in economics, is a recipient of a 2011 Goldwater Scholarship. Jose has pursued laboratory research at Northeastern, at Princeton University, and at the National Institutes of Health. His next research co-op will, at the Sloan Kettering Memorial Cancer Center in New York, will focus on neurodegenerative disorders. But as well as an impressive resume, biology professor Erin Cram sums up what makes Jose stand out. She says that Jose really sees in a much more scientific way than most students do. Jose, would you please stand and be recognized?
It is my pleasure to present this year's Hodgkinson Awards to our 5 worthy seniors. The awardees are Stephen Criscione, Stephen is a biochemistry and mathematics combined major and a Goldwater Scholar in 2009. He will enter the PhD program in cell biology at Brown University. In his classroom studies, research, and relationships with peers and faculty members, Stephen set the highest standards for achievement and collegiality. A co-op supervisor at Genzyme judged him the most talented undergraduate she's worked with. The biochemistry program director, Professor David Budil, calls Stephen perhaps the most accomplished biochemistry major he's seen in his 16 years at Northeastern. Nicholas Daggett is a mechanical engineering major who has earned selection to the highly competitive Edison Engineering Development Program at General Electric, one of his co-op employers. He has compiled an outstanding academic record, making Dean's List every term and working on the, senior capstone design team that developed an innovative solar food dryer. Among numerous leadership activities, Nick has brought great commitment to his work as a peer mentor and RA. He is described as truly an individual who tries to make the world a better place for others. Kenneth McGrady is a computer science and mathematics combined major. Ken has made a lasting impact on Northeastern in many ways. He led the development of the iPhone app Discover Northeastern, which has helped tens of thousands of current and future students connect to the campus. An analog, perhaps, for Ken's quality of connecting so widely with people. He was the first Northeastern student to co-op at Pixar Animation Studios. His research work with computer science professor Olin Shivers has potential implications for the Android smartphone. It's clear that Ken's future impact will extend well beyond the university. Amanda Strobel is a business administration student with a dual concentration in finance and marketing. Following graduation, Amanda will take her knowledge, talent, drive, and generosity of spirit to Goldman Sachs, just one of the many places where she's made her mark in the past 5 years. In academic achievement, professional attainments, and service to the campus and the wider community, Amanda has been a leader. Summarizing Amanda's mature intellect and poise, management professor Joseph Raylan said, "Conversations with Amanda felt more like a dialogue with a colleague than with an undergraduate." Sarah Tischler is a triple major in international affairs, psychology, and French. Beyond the stellar academic record and remarkable achievements in co-op and service, what makes Sarah truly extraordinary are her qualities of leadership, intellectual curiosity, perseverance, and a fearlessness about the unknown. Sarah is someone to watch as her future unfolds. She will attend Duke University School of Law and plans to enter the field of international law, to be a voice for the powerless, and to use her skills to effect positive and meaningful change.
Good afternoon. The students I'm about to introduce and their outstanding accomplishments are emblematic of Northeastern's stature as one of the world's leading global universities. Our first 2011 Presidential Global Fellow is Caitlin Ostrander, a 2011 health science major. Kate will enter Tufts University School of Medicine in the fall. She traveled to Ecuador in 2009 with an alternative spring break team constructing a local water system. But it was her exemplary co-op at the Littlefield Home Orphanage in Malawi that earned her this honor. She expanded her role, seeking out new ways to make an impact beyond the confines of the orphanage by working with local nurses, health officers on projects in surrounding villages. Congratulations. Our second Presidential Global Fellow is Sarah Tischler, a 2011 triple major, as you know, in International Affairs, Psychology, and French. As one of Northeastern's professors said of Sarah, the world is her stage. She illustrated the point in her co-op at the Geneva Center for Security Policy. Sarah conducted research in French and English in fields related to international security, wrote articles for publication, translated documents from French to English, and edited English language faculty publications. She also applied her global focus to research on urban peacekeeping and China's monopoly on rare earth metals, and published an 8,000-word editorial on the relationship between climate change, migration, and conflict. Congratulations, Sarah.
Doctoral students truly represent the future of academia. Therefore, it is especially gratifying to honor several of our most talented and committed doctoral students with the next awards. Vice Provost Luis Falcone will present these awards.
Good afternoon. First, I would like to acknowledge the more than 70 faculty members who contributed to the review of both teaching and research nominations for this award. The recipient of the 2011 Graduate Student Research Award in the areas of the humanities, social, and behavioral sciences is Jolie Bowman, a PhD student in the psychology department. Her faculty advisor is Professor David DeSteno. Jolie, whose research focus is on the impact of emotional states on decision-making and social behavior, was the first researcher in the field to show that specific emotional states can distort decision-making around perceived visual threats. Jolie has 5 journal publications, 2 of them as first author, and 17 conference presentations. Her paper, published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, received a strong media coverage throughout the country. The recipient of the 2011 Graduate Research Award in the areas of life sciences, physical sciences, and engineering is Tao Wang, a PhD student in pharmaceutical sciences. Her faculty advisor is Professor Vladimir Torchlin. Tao's research is on the development of nanoparticles and nanocarriers to target and destroy cancer cells, has yielded an outstanding number of publications, including 6 journal papers. She is the first author in 4 of those 6 journal papers, 1 book chapter, and 11 extended proceedings in respected international academic journals. The recipient of the 2011 Graduate Student Teaching Award in the Humanities, Social, and Behavioral Sciences is Jennifer Sobchak-Shai from the English Department, PhD student. Jennifer's advisor is Professor Chris Gallagher. Jennifer's teaching in the writing program is distinguished by her ability to innovate, integrating new technologies as effective teaching tools while maintaining a strong emphasis on traditional academic skills and abilities. Jennifer's student evaluations show her to be an inspiring presence in the classroom. The recipient of the 2011 Graduate Student Teaching Award in the Life Sciences, Physical Sciences, or Engineering is Nizar Zaarur, a PhD student in Industrial Engineering. His faculty advisor is Emmanuel Melacrinadis. Nizar clearly makes teaching a high priority, and it shows in his evaluations and in the extraordinarily positive comments from former students. He consistently ranks at or near the top among those instructors who teach mathematics to freshman engineering students.
This year, the university has established 2 new awards to recognize staff members for outstanding contributions in support of the university's mission and values. The first, the Innovation Award, recognizes significant contributions toward the implementation and effective delivery of a highly innovative idea or initiative that advances one or more of the themes in the academic plan. This year's Innovation Awards go to Kerry Salerno, Director of Enrollment Marketing and Communication, on behalf of the Word of Mouth blog team, for Kerry's strategic and operational leadership, which ensured the admissions office would be at the forefront in its use of social media tools to communicate with current and prospective students, parents, and alumni. Among other innovations, she spearheaded the Word of Mouth blog, which provides instant feedback on student experiences and enables administrators to identify and respond to potential issues quickly. I said awards. So this award also goes to Ronnie Patrick Turner, Associate Vice President of Enrollment and Dean of Admissions and Marketing, and Patrick Plunkett, Senior Associate Dean for International Engagement. on behalf of the NU IN team. Renee and Pat formed a strong partnership to lead the development and implementation of the NU IN program, an innovation that has been a highly successful piece of the university's undergraduate enrollment strategy. Their drive and oversight made it possible for the university to offer a full-year global program to a group of talented first-year students who otherwise might not have chosen Northeastern. The second Excellence Award, the Outstanding Service Award, recognizes exceptional customer service and honors the staff member who personifies the Northeastern ambassador, the go-to person, the unsung hero who makes everything work and finds solutions to the most complex and thorny problems. I'm pleased to present this award to Jack Malone, Director of... Jack, our Director of Physical Plant Services, has set a standard of excellence and a culture of service for his unit that is unsurpassed. He embodies the unsung hero whose ideas and actions are forever focused on the goal of providing service that exceeds expectations without expecting accolades for himself. Congratulations.
Before presenting this year's faculty awards, I'd like to recognize Professor Hortensia Amaro. Hortensia, please stand. A colleague whose scholarship so well represents our research mission for her election to the Institute of Medicine. Individuals are elected to the Institute of Medicine for their excellence and professional achievement and for their willingness to participate actively in its work. These individuals represent not only the healthcare professions, but also the natural and social sciences, behavioral sciences, as well as law, administration, engineering, and the humanities. Membership in the Institute of Medicine reflects the highest of professional achievement and commitment to service. Hortensia, a distinguished professor of counseling and applied psychology and director of the Institute on Urban Health Research, is nationally recognized for her work that includes developing an innovative integrated model for the treatment of substance abuse, mental illness, trauma, and HIV/AIDS. She has produced groundbreaking studies on clinical strategies for treating women, launched community-based addiction treatment programs, and forged vital connections between public health research and practice, improving lives and adding to the foundations of knowledge in the field of health. Please join me in congratulating Hortensia.
Good afternoon. I am honored to present the inaugural 2011 Excellence in Research and Creativity Activity Awards to two of our most outstanding faculty. The first award is presented to Stephen Nathanson, Professor of Philosophy. Professor Nathanson brings the clarity of sound philosophical reasoning to key societal issues and is recognized for his work both by philosophers and those outside the field. His 2010 book, published by Cambridge University Press, Terrorism and the Ethics of War, is an example of his ability to show how the humanities can illuminate the multifaceted global issues that are so important in the world. Steve is one of an elite group of interdisciplinary scholars who will focus on many of the same issues at the upcoming conference, Terrorism and Liberal Democracy. The second award is presented to Vladimir Torchlin, Distinguished Professor of Pharmaceutical Sciences. Professor Torchland has made remarkable contributions in the field of nanomedicine, drug delivery, enzymology, and immunology. In 2010, he was the second most cited researcher worldwide in the fields of pharmacology and toxicology. Professor Torchland's numerous grants from the National Institute of Health include a National Cancer Institute Center for Cancer Nanotechnology Excellence, worth $13.5 million over 5 years. Due largely to his impact, the Pharmaceutical Sciences Department ranks 6th nationwide in faculty productivity and extramural funding. Vladimir, congratulations.
Thank you, Mark.
It is my pleasure to speak for the nearly 500 undergraduate and graduate students who submitted nominations for their outstanding faculty, as I recognize our 2 Excellence in Teaching Award recipients for 2011. Laurie Gardinier, Laurie is an Associate Academic Specialist in Human Services. Students call Laurie Gardinier an exceptionally intelligent, highly organized, and patient professional who is tirelessly dedicated to her teaching. One noted that on a service learning trip to India, she challenged the students to create projects that could be integrated into the existing program, enabling them to make an immediate impact on their experience and on the outcome. I will use the leadership skills I acquired from her for the rest of my life, said one of her students. Gregory Goodale. Greg is an assistant professor of communication studies. According to his students, Professor Goodale is an outstanding motivator who inspires his students to exceed their own expectations. He turns apathetic learners into academic enthusiasts, said one student. Students in his courses grow adept at critical thinking and see new career paths opening up. He doesn't just want us to be successful students, but successful active citizens, said another student.
Good afternoon. I'm honored to announce that the 2011 Klein University Lecturer Award goes to Vincent G. Harris, the William Lincoln Smith Chair Professor in Electrical and Computer Engineering. Professor Harris is internationally renowned as a leader in the field of microwave materials and device technologies. In his distinguished 26-year career as an engineer, scientist, inventor, entrepreneur, and engineering leader, he has published more than 250 technical articles in peer-reviewed science and engineering journals. He is a fellow of the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, the American Physical Society, and Great Britain's Institute of Physics.
This year, the university has established 2 new professorial ranks to recognize the outstanding accomplishments of our faculty. The rank of university professor and the rank of distinguished professor are the highest university-wide faculty honors that Northeastern University can bestow. Individuals named university professor have achieved international recognition and distinction for contributions to education, artistic creativity, and expression, and/or research that cross disciplinary boundaries. Individuals named distinguished professor have achieved international recognition and distinction for contributions to education, artistic creativity, and expression, and/or research that is outstanding and transformative in their fields. Individuals nominated for these honors have been recommended by a committee of distinguished scholars and I do want to take this opportunity to thank them as well as all the others who have participated in the process of selecting those that have received the awards today. It is indeed my pleasure to present to you the 2011 University and Distinguished Professors, starting with the university professors. William Dickens, Distinguished Professor of Economics and Social Policy, is the first. Professor Dickens is an internationally known labor economist who also does path-breaking work in psychology. Colleagues describe him as a genius who has made seminal contributions to economics and whose work in psychology is forcing a change in our assumptions about the heritability of intelligence. Dickens has been a senior fellow at the Brookings Institution in Washington, D.C., and a faculty research fellow at the National Bureau of Economics Research, and served as a senior economist on President Clinton's Council of Economic Advisors. Congratulations. Judith Hall, Professor of Psychology, is an internationally recognized, highly distinguished scientist whose accomplishments span interdisciplinary boundaries between social psychology and public health and medicine. She brings her theoretical, methodological, and statistical expertise in social psychology to bear on the study of how doctors and patients communicate, a critical new area of training in medical schools. She has an exemplary record of graduate and undergraduate research training, attracting the very best students and enabling them to thrive in her lab. Congratulations. Sheila Puffer, Professor and Cherry Family Senior Fellow of International Business and Strategy, is a transformative researcher in international management whose contributions bridge academic research and management practice. She is ranked among the world's leading international business scholars with practical expertise in business and management issues in Russia and Central and Eastern Europe. She is a fellow at the Davis Center for Russian Studies at Harvard University. Her research and teaching encompass the fields of management, political science, economics, literature, Russian studies, psychology, ethics, and other disciplines. Congratulations. It is now my pleasure to introduce the distinguished professors. Vincent Harris, the William Lincoln Smith Chair, Professor in Electrical and Computer Engineering, exemplifies the interdisciplinary spirit of Northeastern University in his education, research, and professional activities. He is recognized as an expert in material science, mechanical and electrical engineering, engineering management, and technology management. His record as a researcher speaks for itself, but he also has co-authored 28 peer-reviewed journal articles with undergraduate and high school students, and has been recognized as the College of Engineering's outstanding teacher of freshman engineers. Congratulations. Kim Lewis, Professor of Biology, is recognized around the world as a leader in research related to antimicrobial drug tolerance and Perister cells. He has pioneered the culturing of bacteria that were previously thought to be unculturable. The results of his research have been published in top scientific journals. As director of the Antimicrobial Discovery Center, he leads a team of 25 researchers and coordinates a network of collaborators at Northeastern, at other universities and industry as well as other international institutions. Congratulations, Kim. On behalf of all those being honored today, I would like to invite Sheila Puffer to come forward and make a few remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. President Aoun, Provost Director, faculty, staff, and student honorees, and guests. How wonderful to feel the excellence and excitement in this room today. And all of us share in the excellence and excitement of Northeastern's rapid rise to international renown. This morning, I saw President Aoun leap up those stairs there, 2 at a time. Maybe there's a connection. I've been asked to make a few remarks about my experiences at Northeastern. I'm sure everyone here has a wonderful story to tell. Like all the honorees, I'm extremely grateful for how the university has helped me accomplish my goals as a scholar and educator, and has allowed me to be part of this dynamic and vibrant institution for more than 2 decades. Like many faculty members, I came to Northeastern with 3 degrees. I like the statistical concept of degrees of freedom, and it makes me think of 3 degrees of freedom, so to speak, that I enjoy as a member of the Northeastern University community. The first, of course, is the academic freedom that Northeastern gives us to pursue research without interference. Distinguished Professor Harris, for example, focuses on microwave magnetic materials, while Distinguished Professor Lewis makes advances in microbial biotechnology. For me, my research has been primarily focused on a wide variety of topics in business and management in Russia. It wasn't always that way. As a doctoral student, I was advised not to do my dissertation on Russian management and settled at that time for studying furniture commission salespeople in California. And Russians and Americans alike, for years, would rather jokingly ask me what could possibly be learned from the Russians about management. Who knew that communism would collapse, that Russia would join the world economy, and that we would need to learn more about that country's approach to business? The second degree of freedom that I value is the freedom that Northeastern gives us to explore ideas from an interdisciplinary perspective. University Professor Dickens studies the implications of cognitive abilities in economics, while University Professor Hall studies the implications of nonverbal communication in medicine. The problems in the world today are far too complex to be solved through a single lens, and the beauty depicted in the arts needs to be shared as we try to solve these problems together. One of my interdisciplinary initiatives involves pairing short stories from around the world with management readings. My colleagues at a previous institution strongly discouraged me from pursuing this work. At Northeastern, I produced 3 such volumes. And interdisciplinary approaches in many fields are becoming even more highly valued, such as collaborations the business school has undertaken with health sciences, engineering, economics, the law school, and music. The third degree of freedom I treasure is the so-called freedom of association, the opportunity we all have to be involved with and learn from the vast and rich variety of people here at Northeastern. I would like to especially thank every Tom, Nick, and Harry, and Bill. Actually, they are my deans and department chair in the College of Business. I'd like to thank them for their leadership and vision. And Professor Dan McCarthy, my co-author on dozens of publications and a mentor and role model to so many of us. And the Cherry family, who have generously funded my research. And don't you love it when you come across Northeastern people when you least expect it? Like in London, where my former student, Joseph Corsini, turned out to be working next door to my son. Or at San Francisco Airport, randomly meeting the father of engineering faculty member and alum, Dr. Beverly Yeager. Or at the Quebec border, where customs official and criminal justice graduate Mike Coburn eagerly told me how Professor Michael Dukakis had persuaded him to finish his degree. Such encounters give us the freedom to share our Husky pride. Degrees are freedom. That's what I think. But each time I went for another degree, my dad used to say, "You can be overeducated too, you know." Growing up during the Great Depression on farms in Western Canada, my parents did not have the luxury of a college education. My dad used to say rather proudly that he went to the School of Hard Knocks. But times have changed, and formal education is even more important than ever. Being overeducated is hardly a possibility. Yet, experiencing the School of Hard Knocks puts that education to the test in the real world. Northeastern is the perfect blend of academics and real-world practice, something that all of us can truly appreciate. Let's all stay engaged in the excellence and excitement as together we help move Northeastern to even greater heights in advancing knowledge and finding solutions to make the world a better place. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Professor Puffer. The Presidential Medallion is the university's highest honor. It symbolizes excellence, commitment, and contribution. It is a permanent representation of the holder's dedication to advance Northeastern. Wearing this medallion at all official events symbolizes the holder's lifelong ties and relationship to this university. When selecting a recipient for this honor, we look to people who are shining exemplars of our university's academic and research excellence. A dedicated individual whose energy and zeal have strengthened our ties with the community and the nation. As you all know, Neil Finnegan, Chairman Emeritus of the Board of Trustees, was the first recipient of the Presidential Medallion, and I would like to recognize Neil. Dr. George Costas is the perfect choice for this distinction. George, let me ask you to come closer to me. Dr. Costas is a pioneer at the frontiers of science and engineering. someone who has always invested in fields of importance and opportunity. It is not an overstatement to say his involvement and commitment to Northeastern have defined who we are today. He has helped us overcome challenges, take advantage of opportunities, and has created new possibilities when none previously existed. Recognizing the enormous promise of nanotechnology, he helped Northeastern become a leader in this domain. Because of Dr. Costas, Northeastern is among the first universities to establish a program in nano-manufacturing research. Today, we are a leader in the field because of the George J. Costas Nanoscale Technology and Manufacturing Research Center. A passionate patriot, he is now strengthening our leadership in national security research. Earlier this year, we celebrated his gift to build a secure, state-of-the-art Homeland Security research facilities on the Burlington campus. The gift is the largest for a capital project in our history. It will provide a secure environment for our researchers to work closely with government and industry officials and to translate their work into critical security technologies. Because of Dr. Costas, Northeastern will be at the forefront of conducting research that will save lives and safeguard our liberties and the freedoms and safety of the children. His wisdom and guidance, and as importantly, his humor and warmth, touch all who have the privilege of interacting with him. And his philanthropy and vision has made Northeastern a model for universities worldwide. I know I speak for the entire Northeastern community when I say, Dr. Costas, my friend George, your ideas and values and generosity have made us infinitely stronger. Your legacy will be felt at Northeastern forever. Thank you, George. And let me give you the presidential medallion before you speak. The medallion is very heavy.
Good afternoon. Frankly, I'm very moved of this occasion and the words of Dr. Hoon. I am honored, and to be recognized by the university that I love, the honor is special. Education, research, patriotism, and faith are core values that I have devoted time and energy to all my life. Dr. Hoon, I certainly thank you very much for this medal. Receiving it from the president of the university is a special award to me, and a special honor because I regard Dr. Hoon as a close friend, counselor, and a partner. I've expressed these core values that I mentioned a moment ago in many different ways, such as through teaching my family, my own energy and devotion, and my philanthropic dollars. In all instances, the expectation of achievement of the intended mission was the controlling factor in my contributions. Dr. Owen, I chose to invest in this institution because I was grateful for the education I received here, because of its wonderful reputation in translational research, its focus on the students' education, and its support for the military, who are the guardians of our Constitution, whose implementation made this country the land of opportunity and the envy of the world. The faculty and students and administrators who every day are determined to ensure that their work transcends campus and makes a positive impact on the world has inspired me to a great extent. I've enjoyed every moment I have spent helping Northeastern to become a leader in critical fields of like nanotechnology and national security research, because I believe this is a vital work. Throughout my life, I considered Northeastern to be much more than just my alma mater. I view this institution as a model for what research university can and should become. Today's geopolitical unrest for freedom is a testimony to the significant contribution of our colleges and universities to the mental attitudes of the world. Our national economy, our national security is relying on institutions like Northeastern University to rise up and meet vital challenges, such as protecting homeland security, safeguarding our freedoms, and ensuring the well-being of our children. I'm very confident, in fact, I'm 100% confident, that Northeastern will continue to be a model of this realm, a model in this realm, and show other universities the resounding impact one institution can have on the world. Northeastern is becoming a beacon and an example for other universities to follow. It has been my honor to be part of this journey and serve an institution that I care very much for. Thank you very much.
Thank you, George. Thank you, Dr. Costas. And again, congratulations to all my colleagues, to the faculty, colleagues, the students, the staff. And you make us proud, and you make us who we are. We are near the end of our ceremony, but this is just the beginning of a season in which we'll continue to honor the extraordinary achievements of the Northeastern community. In just 2 weeks, we will celebrate the accomplishments of the undergraduates and the graduates of the class of 2011 at commencement. But I want you to know something important. We have only just begun. Now is the time to capitalize on our university's unprecedented momentum, to achieve even greater levels of excellence. Even as we pause to celebrate all we have accomplished, we must leave here today motivated to surpass our own achievements and inspire others in our community to do the same. And I have no doubt that we will. When we gather for this convocation next year, we will be joined by new faces and new voices whose achievements proclaim even more vividly our university's contribution to our society and our world. All of us, faculty, staff, students, trustees, and alumni, have built something very special. Let us continue on this outstanding path. Thank you very much.
I'm sometimes asked, what are the qualities of a great university? And one of the things that I always say is to take the time to celebrate the accomplishments of our colleagues, and we've done that today. I hope that everybody can take great pride in all of the excellence that's represented here today. I want to thank all of you for joining us, and I'd like to ask the audience to please remain seated and wait for the marshal to lead the platform party and the recipients in the recessional. Thank you very much.
Thank you.